Wait there. Wait a minute there. Manchester City lose again? Pep Guardiola left scratching him head? I hope him don't get no cuts and no bruises this time. Welcome back to the channel, people. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. But just don't watch the derby. It was a classic. It wasn't the best game. It wasn't the greatest game. But Manchester United and the 195th derby, bro. We took it. 2-1 goals from Bruno Fernandes, 88 minutes on the clock. Ahmed Diallo, 90 minutes on the clock. 2 goals within 2 minutes. We did it again. Ruben Amorim getting one more over Pep Guardiola again. But then again, everybody seems to get one over Pep Guardiola these days. Manchester City are a city that are in crisis. It's a city. It is not the one that you hear about over Rome, but it is one that is crumbling at the moment. Pep Guardiola can't seem to find the solution to the problem. And the players themselves are struggling as well. They have not been able to keep clean sheets. They have not been able to see out games deep into second half. Remember, it was 75 minutes on the clock when they played the Champions League match against Feyenoord. And Feyenoord come back and score 3 goals and draw the match. And now Manchester City had an opportunity not only to win the game, but to put themselves in a better position to qualify for Champions League and to even challenge for the title. At the beginning of the season, I am sure pundits, fans, and everyone alike were saying this season, again, Manchester United for the trophy. And you might argue that it's a long way still to go. We're in December. The season is not done until May. Anything can happen. And that is true. Football is an unpredictable game. Yeah? Football is an unpredictable game. Arsenal not get no points yesterday neither. Arsenal 0, Everton 0. So Arsenal also, up and down. But isn't it the same thing for all of these teams in the Premier League? I think it speaks more to the competitive nature of the league. Teams are drawing, teams are winning, teams are losing. The teams that you believe that are just walkover are not proving to be walkover. And yes, breaking news, Wolves, they have lost their manager. He was sacked. And I tell you, right now, the performance that I'm seeing from a Manchester City team is borderline sackable offense. But Manchester City, again, they won't get rid of Pep Guardiola that easily. The man, again, is one of the most decorated managers to have ever graced the beautiful game. And so I still think he'll stay on, but they absolutely now need an emergency strategy to figure out what is happening in the club and how they can rectify it. Manchester United, by the way, is not far from turmoil neither. We're still trying also to get our house in order. We're not looking at Manchester City and saying that they're the worst and we're better than them. No, but I had full confidence that we were going to be able to defeat them in this derby. I had full confidence, and that is on the back of the poor results and the poor performances that they have had. The spell that they have had is terrible. And so I'm happy that we've gotten a victory, and I want to praise Manchester United players and Ruben Amorim. The man is showing in true colors. He rotated him squad when needed, and now he's showing him true colors by dropping Rashford and Garnacho, not even to the bench, but to the under 21s. The man them thought that they were going to play, only to find out that Ruben Amorim said, no, listen, we not play in a game. We don't care if it's a derby, we not play. We not perform poorly. Our attitude on and off the pitch is not up to standard. Therefore, we go and go train with the under 21s. The last person we saw this happening to was Jadon Sancho. The man is a bag of talent, but he had fell short of the glory of Eric Ten Hag. And Eric Ten Hag stood firm and said, "Not in my house." And he was relegated to the under 21s. We're hoping that that is not a repeat of the past that we're seeing with Rashford and Garnacho. I don't think it is. It is too early to call. But Rashford is finding himself again in hot water. The man just can't seem to stay out of the headline, or the headline can't seem to stay out of him. One or the other. It is just not looking good. And I don't want for Garnacho to get caught up in this web, because the young lad is too talented of a young player to be caught up in this rigmarole and all these gossip and all these leaks and all these things that does not suit or benefit him becoming a better player. Listen, when Cristiano Ronaldo is the man you aspire to be or look up to, you have to perform, man. And you have to clean up your act. We're not saying that Cristiano Ronaldo was without blemishes. But we're saying, Garnacho, I don't want for you to follow a crowd that will lead you astray. Be careful and know they're your teammates and know you support them. But you have to also look at your future. At the moment, the stakes, the stocks for the players at Manchester United, they're not going through the roof. It is quite difficult for players to be sold at Manchester United right now. Nobody wants our players. They're running very far from them. And so, Garnacho, I implore you, just listen to Ruben Amorim, because the man only want good things here. He did tell Rashford, he said, listen, we will give him the support he needs to become the player that he wants to become. But still, we're seeing Rashford doing him one thing again. I tell you, I said it before, I can't decipher what is really happening with the player, but I feel as though the player is suffering from possibly a setback. There's something happening. And I think there's a player there. But right now, he must skate on thin ice. Before you know it, he might gone. January come around fast. And Marcus Rashford might not be a Manchester United player anymore. And we'll have to now admit that. It is getting worse by the minute. And Ruben Amorim is showing him not back down not all. He might go full throttle. And so we're just imploring these players to take heed. Because see, Manchester United have won derby without Rashford and without Garnacho. That speaks volume. By the way, Diallo was the man of the match. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy to rate this game. Diallo take this show. Diallo was involved in both goals. He was the one who got the penalty for Bruno Fernandes to score, and he was the one who went around Edison, which was a difficult chance, by the way, and took his opportunity nicely. So Diallo is the man of the match. He's one for the future, for sure. We saw it from Eric Ten Hag, so not just now. But Diallo is coming to the fore. I would just implore Amorim. I can see what he's trying to do. As you saw, he played Ahmad further up the field, and I would just implore him to just put him back where he started. Because the players seem to have loved the wing-back position. And I said it before, when you have a player like that who enjoys dribbling, you can't necessarily put him like in a centre-forward position. He's too close to the goal. By the time he get the ball at the time he scored, Ahmad don't want that. Ahmad loves to dribble. He's a technical specimen who loves dribbling, taking on his defenders, looking for the pass. He tends to want to look for a pass more than scoring. But Ruben Amorim is still just trying to figure out where to put who. Can I give a shout out to Mazzari? Can I give a shout out to Mazzari? The man absolutely contained Duku, except for one time when Duku get across. But I thought that Mazzari, along with Ahmad, they did a fantastic job on Duku. Yeah, man, them keep him down. The derby had everything in it. Kyle Walker and Rasmus Højlund went head to head, literally. Yeah, man, put him head on the man head so. And I say, yo, fam, you push me to the ground. What kind of nasty play that? La 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 la. And Kyle Walker just fall back, trying to get Oliver Taylor for give Rasmus Højlund a red card in the derby. It is that bad for Manchester City. It is that bad. And that was an absolute disgrace from Kyle Walker trying to get one of my players sent off. But it just show you that desperation is now setting in the Manchester City group. Them can't seem to sort themselves out. So, overall, it's a derby that I'll never forget. It is the 195th derby. I'll never forget this one. It's in December, which even makes it sweeter. All we need now to do, Manchester United, is to manage our players. And I think Ruben Amorim is doing a fantastic job of that at the moment, because Mason Mount is injured again. And I can't see a future for Mason Mount at Manchester United. The lad must be devastated. I feel it for him. Every time him come back, him gone again. It's like him and Luke Shaw are take the same bus at station. Them not left one another. Luke Shaw come back, went. Mason Mount back, gone again. It is unconfirmed though how long the player will be out for, but we saw him went down early in the first half, and we can only wait on the reports to find out what the medical expertise will say about, his injury status. But it's not looking good for him, and I really feel it for Mason Mount, because if you think about it, Mason Mount was a great player when he was playing for Chelsea. Yeah, man, when he was playing for Chelsea, he was a great player. And ever since we get him injured, and him just can't recover. And I don't want to put in the mouth on my club. I don't want to put in the mouth on my club and say I'm Manchester United. I'm not sure what I play as them, because everybody call Manchester United injured. Listen, when we take the mouth off of my club, we are working with the player. We're trying to get the player back to full fitness. He's back, but he's gone again. These things, I think, has to do with nature. And so there are just some players who can go through their entire career and only injure a few times. And then there are others who injury just befall them every single second. So we wish him a speedy recovery. But until then, Mason Mount, we'll have to carry on without you. And we'll assess things come January and into the summer to see whether or not it is feasible to keep you on the books. I don't think it is at the moment, from my perspective. I don't think it is feasible to keep you on the books. I don't think it is feasible to keep Luke Shaw on the books either. He's just not being able to keep fit these days. And so if we're going to charge for a title challenge, we will need players who, not saying that you can't get injured, but you should be able to bounce back quickly. And so if you're being injured so often, then you become a liability rather than an asset. And at the moment, I think the 17-year-old Diego Leon will come in and rob some of these players' spot. Yeah, man. I think Diego Leon will come in and rob some of these spot there. But I have to caution ourselves, because we don't want Diego Leon come in and then get injured himself. That not going to look good neither. I tell you, if Diego Leon come in a Manchester United squad and get injured long term, then we have to blame medical team. We have to blame medical team. And so we're hoping that he comes along, he fits in nicely, and we can progress forward. So 2-1 Manchester United win. We'll celebrate the victory for a short time. We'll move forward now and just see if we can get a bit of consistency. Because we have been lacking consistency. We've been lacking consistency. We lost to Arsenal. We lost to Nottingham Forest. Yeah? In a game that we thought that we would have, come out on top. So the consistency is not there. The consistency is not there. So I know it's going to take some time. I know Ruben Amorim is working on the squad. And again, we can see the style of play. The only thing I'll say is this. The build-up play is slow. It's slow. The movement's slow. We never had a lot going for us in the first half. And I think we only got one shot on target in the first half. I think it was from Ahmed Header. And so the build-up slow. It is not attractive football at the moment. Mind you, we trashed Everton and, we win couple big games, but it is not attractive yet. And so I want Ineos, Jim Ratcliffe, right? Jason Wilcox, I want all of you guys, Omar Barada. I want to back Ruben Amorim come January. Because we're going to need reinforcement. We're going to need reinforcement. In the middle of the park, we need reinforcement, and we need reinforcement up top. We need it. If we're going to challenge for the title, Champions League, all these things, we're going to need all the support and all the help we can get. You understand? So we are behind Ruben Amorim 100%. But this derby, again, fam, belongs to Ahmed Diallo. The man was scintillating today. And so for me, Ahmed Diallo is 9.5. I normally give a rating at the end of the match. I don't have the time to give the rating today. But Ahmed Diallo, 9.5 rating. And Ruben Amorim, I'll give you a solid 7. Yeah, man. You seem to be the manager who, for the first 45 minutes, your team will play kind of a little bit rubbish. And then at halftime, I don't know what you tell them. I don't know what them drink. But you put something on the man them drink at halftime, brother. The man them second half, them usually just come out and play better. Whether them lose, them draw, them win. Them just normally get a better performance second half. It's starting to look like a Jose Mourinho effect. The halftime team talk. Or is it a Fergie? I don't know. For the Manchester United fans, was that a Fergie halftime talk? Because he did it with Sporting. You remember Sporting? He did it with Sporting in Champions League. They were losing to Manchester City. And then second half, the man them just come and just blow the thing. So Ruben Amorim seemed to have an antidote at halftime that the players them seem to take. At least some of them. You know? So again, 9.5 Ahmad, 7.0 Ruben Amorim. A solid 2-1 victory. I don't know if it is solid, but a 2-1 victory nonetheless for Manchester United in the Manchester Derby. Family, we already know for though. Let me know the thoughts. Comment, share, subscribe, everything. I'm there for you. Don't see what I have to say, and I'm out.